Hello everyone, welcome back to JDCodebase. This is the web development series. In this video, we are going to learn forms in the React, which is very important topic. If you want to build real website like login pages or sign up pages or contact form. If you're new to React forms, don't worry at all. I am also going to explain everything step by step from basics in a very simple way. And by the end of this video, you will clearly understand how forms work in the React, how to take user input, how to validate it, how to style it using the CSS. And as always, PPT link is in the video description, so make sure to check that. Now, in this video, we will learn what forms are in the React, what control input means, how to handle form submission, basic form validation, styling form using the CSS, and also some common beginner mistake that you should avoid. So this video is very practical and very important for the beginners. What are the forms? First of all, let's understand what forms actually are. Forms are used to collect the user input. Whenever a user types something and submit it, that is a form. Some common examples are like login form, sign up form, contact form. Now, if you already know HTML, you know how form works. Means we get the document.get element by ID and get the value of the input by using the events. But in React, form work in a little different. That is what we are going to learn in this video. So form in the HTML versus the React means compare difference between that. So in the plain HTML, forms use drag DOM access, means we get the every input, every label, any button. We get the just get by document.get element by ID and get the events.target.value. But in the form, data is handled using the state. The browser itself handle the input values and React control the input values, not the browser. So this makes our code more predictable, easier to debug, easier to validate. Now, this is very important concept. This is controlled input. In React, most of the time input are control. Control input means the input value comes from the React state. As I already tell you about the state in the React, and every time the user types something, the state updates. So React become the single source of truth. And this might sound confusing right now, but it will become very clear once we write the code. So here is the basic idea. The input value is stored in the use state. The onChange event updates the state, and the value attribute is linked to that state. So the key idea is state control the input, not the DOM. Now let's understand this properly by writing the code, the VS Code. So I already have a React app created inside the SRS folder. Let's create a new component called the form.css, form.csx, and inside this let's make a RFC, React arrow function export component. Now inside this let's make a login form. Let's say h2, and this is a login form, and a form input in this type is the text, placeholder is the enter username, and its button. Submit button. And this is a normal JSX, means normal HTML form, div, h2, and form tag. So this is a simple form right now. This is just like HTML. React is not controlling anything yet. So now let's make this input control by using the state. First make a use state const username set username equal to use state, and means I create a variable called username, and by using the use state and a setter function set username. Now inside the form, inside the input field, value equal to username, means every time we give the value it's in the username, and on change event. In this let's make a arrow function, this take a event. So call this set username setter function, this take the value event dot target dot value. So here every time I type something in this input field, this on change event runs. We take the value from the input and store it in the this state, means here value is the username, that's it, the means username. And because the input value come from the state, this is now a control input. Like let me run this. First I have to link with the app.jsx. Inside this form.jsx file, now I have this login form. Now when I type something, just and I click on the submit button, means I am able to type here something. So we can also handle the multiple inputs at the same time. In the real form, we usually have more than one input, like email or password, or name, username, email, password, or confirm password. We can either use the separate state for each field or use one state object for all fields. Means we have both the option, either make the single field for every input, like use one for username, one for name, one for email, one for password, one for phone number, and either create a single object and take the values. For beginners, I recommended using one state object because it is cleaner. So let's make it, and now let me comment this first. Const form data set form data, and this take a use state, and instead of writing the string, I am creating an object. This object has the value username, empty string, and a email, empty string. So this is a form data object. Now let's create the two field here. Input type is text. Here we have to give it to a name, is the username, and placeholder is the enter username, and value here is the form data dot username. And remember, when we are using this use state object form, we have to compulsory, means we have to give the name here every time, and value here is the form data dot username. Now change come into the on change event. On change, as usual, it's take the event. Now inside this we are called the set username set form data. First we have to expand the form data, then give the value here event dot target dot name, and the value here is this event dot target dot name is this one name username, and the value here is the event dot target dot value. So next create for the email also. This is a not a text, it's a email again, enter email, username is the form data.email, and again same for the expand the form data and set the value. So name attributes tells us which input is changing here, means this name email, this name username here, and we copy the old state using the spread operator by using this form data. First we are spreading the old data, then update only the field that change, means event.target.name and their value. So now how to submit this form, use the onSubmit event on this, means by default the browser refresh the page and we do not want to that in the React, so we use event.preventDefault, and we already learned in this JavaScript series this event.preventDefault for not reloading the entire page. Now let's try to submit the form. First inside this form, make it on submit, call a function that is the handle submit, and now let's declare this function here, const handle submit, just take a value, and first e.prevent default. So here is the event here, means short form of every time you write, don't write need to write the event every time, just use the e, and console.log form data. Now let's see here whether my data is come or not. So let's say jd.codebase.email.gmail.com. when I try to submit, I get the data here, username jd, email, and email is jd.codebase@gmail.com. So this event dot prevent default stop the page refresh, keep our app state safe. Like when I comment this, and let me again write here the give value here, see here this page is reload. When I click submit, this page is reload and all the fields are blank now. And when I uncomment this, see I click the submit button, but the fields input is in the input field, and the page is not reloaded. And it allows us to write our own submit logic. This is required in the single page application like React. Now we cover the prevent default. Some basic form validation. Validation means checking user input before the submitting. Common checks are empty field, minimum length, valid email format or not. For beginners, we will start with the empty field validation, like let's make a const error set error, and this take value use state a empty string. Now inside this handle submit form function, after this event.preventDefault, make a if condition, that is if form data dot name, sorry, username is empty, or form data dot email is empty, then set the error that says all fields are fields are required, and return from here return, else just give the console.log form submitted, and also make the error blank. And after this means complete at the end of this, before the submit button, just apply the AND operator here, and if error has some message, then make render this paragraph tag that shows the error message. So let's try here. If I try to submit, I get all fields are required this error message. And if everything is correct, we submit form like I write here JDCodebase and submit. This error message also removed and the form is submitted. So now let's come to the we also already see the conditional error message. Styling forms. So styling makes form easy, means this give the easy to use and clean. We style the input fields, labels, button and error message. Now let's add the basic styling. First let's make a CSS file, form.css. Don't worry, I will in the next video we cover the styling in the CSS in means in the React form, in the React. So for that form, let me first attach this means link this file, import the column in the this in the same folder. So just form.css and let me cover it. So you can see the live changes here. In the form, make the display flex and flex direction is the column because they are already in the row. So flex direction column and gap is the 10 pixel and width set the width of by 300 pixel. Perfect. Now on the input field, give the padding of 8 pixel and let's say border radius is the 4 pixel and border is the 1 pixel solid and a normal grayish color. And on the input focus, the outline becomes none and the border color becomes the bluish, a blue one like here, looks good. And on the button also, button padding is the 8 pixel and cursor is the pointer. So looks good here. And the error message is a paragraph tag in the so color here is the red and font size is the let's say 14 pixel. Always give the smaller font size as compared to the normal one. If I reload the page, I just all fields are required in the red button. So this is the basic CSS of the form. Now common CSS style means this is already covered. Now common beginner mistake. Beginners often forget to prevent default in the form and don't use the controlled inputs or show errors all the time. Means only show when you are submitting the form, and always keep the form state organized and the UI simple. Now some best practices are like the always use control and keep form organized and keep UI clean and simple. So let's summarize these. Forms in the React use the state control inputs, give the full control. onSubmit handle the form submission and validation improve the user experience also. So CSS makes form user friendly. So that is for this video on the forms in the React. If you are new to this topic, I strongly recommend practicing this by building a small login or sign up form, and PPT are available in the description, so don't forget to check that. If this video helped you, like the video, subscribe to JDCodebase and share it with your friends. If you have any doubts, give me in the comment section. I'll see you in the next video.